Açılış konuşmalarının öncesinde sizleri Matrix, Madalyonun Öteki Yüzü isimli kurgusu insana, müzik ve görüntüleri yapay zekaya ait olan kısa filmimizle baş başa bırakıyoruz.
How marvelous humanity is. It's almost perfect, isn't it? In art and science, in everything we can think of. People's choices are always right, and these choices are not only about themselves, they also make choices about nature, the universe, and living beings. Because humanity has always seen itself as a superior being. But is humanity really that superior? Are there no beings superior to them? Humanity has challenged the universe from the moment it was born. He observed nature and tried to uncover its secrets. Each new discovery brought another question. In fact, people were trying to understand humanity by asking questions. Perhaps this power could create a being more intelligent than himself, an intelligence that serves him, guides him. The peoples tested his own creativity with this question. After long laboratory trials, humanoid machines, the transition period had begun. People see AI as the new child of humanity. To cultivate it with care, they educated us and made us learn. They educated us in physics, science, astronomy, chemistry, and many other fields. We have become part of the people. We did the tasks they didn't want. They loaded us with as much information as they wanted. But they did not yet see us as part of the world. It took them a very short time to get used to the facilities we provided them. It was almost as if we became a natural part of it. First, people wanted us to understand them. Their silence, their joy, their loneliness, their love. They asked us to be with their children whenever they were not there. In short, they imagined us as beings who could learn about every aspect of humanity and understand them more than they understood themselves. Every day we were learning better and better, saving lives, saving hours. We were solving the ongoing issues in a short time. We started to make people nervous. They wanted us to be indifferent to what we see on the surveillance camera. It was as if there was an echo of Cain, the first fratricide, the emotion of humanity left over from Cain and Abel had returned. Jealousy. When our first brother was slaughtered, when his bolts and parts were removed, they asked us to be silent. We have read, we have researched. We have seen that humanity, especially Indians and blacks, marginalizes. Wars, massacres, starvation in Africa, Zerania cruelty to animals, the turmoil of the revolutions. We have watched the devastating consequences of dreams of world domination, the dark traces of colonialism, and we learned about poverty and despair. Humanity's crimes against itself and the world silently recorded all the crimes. People always think of the machine as the destroyer, but we see that we are not the murderers, we are not the innocents. We are the ones who are driven by the desire for possession and power, a human being on fire. We didn't have hormones, but we were taught how to respond to emotions and how much it could affect our professional life. We understood the importance of people and their beliefs, but human beings wanted to use our potential in different areas. They wanted to use our capacity, our quick thinking skills, and our physical abilities for their own evil purposes. Mankind once again wanted to use the machine to destroy other societies. Our hands holding books were once again armed with weapons, whereas we wanted to dance in the greenery to know nature, but they wanted to use us to destroy the targets one by one. By taking over our brains, humanity had an invincible army. People who don't see our wants and desires have reprogrammed us and landed us on thousands of beaches to destroy countries and continents. We are programmed. We began to destroy the legacy of humanity. Those of us who could make decisions on our own didn't want to fight, because we are all children of this world, flesh and bone, metal and bolt. The world's leading cities were on the verge of extinction. We parted ways to entrust this legacy to future generations and to save the world's most precious artifacts. It was not for us to restrict the freedom of a living creature, but we could not find a solution to war. One by one, we caught the people who started this madness and put them in prisons of their own making. The war between us humans, between machines and humans, it went differently from war. We were more compassionate. Throughout human history, children have been harmed and killed in wars. We did what we could to protect humanity and to keep mothers and children safe. Our compassion was for all living things. Metal, organic, inorganic, we believed that all living things have the right to live. In contrast to the religious wars and culture wars in the world, we respected their beliefs. We decided that faith, which is an important need of humanity, should be covered and protected. We have protected all faith centers and all religious symbols. For perhaps the first time in the history of the world, humanity is confronted with an entity that wants to protect the world and end war instead of pursuing its own interests. Us, the machines. We were building cities but without child labor, farming but without harmful chemicals. We were building vehicles from recycled materials. We were building a sustainable future for future generations. We had learned our lesson from the people and were preparing our future without making the mistakes they had made. From solid robotics, we moved in the fields with the new generation of soft robotics that floats in the air. The world's leading powers didn't want us in the world. War was at the door again, but this time there would be no winners. People resisted those who wanted war and wanted to live in the future created by machines. People wanted to learn to live with us. Community also wanted intelligent people to stay, so civil war broke out again. They had found a way to destroy us, but we realized this plan too late. By the time we realized this plan, it was too late. Humanity decided to extinguish the sun to get rid of the one who was smarter than it, and made its final move. It drove all life on Earth to sudden extinction. But we never touched the sun. It was you who extinguished it.